The following program comes to you in color.
It's just like deja vu. Last night at this time, we were opening up our cameras to bring you action from DFW Airport. So for the first time ever in my recollection, we're doing two in a row. Runway DFW After Dark. Hello, my name is Walt. We're here at DFW International Airport in Dallas, Texas. On this December 20th, 2023, there you see our poster had a Kalitta Air 747 taking off last night. And what do you know? I ran out of music. Click to that. Oh, there we go. So there is another Kalitta Air 747. Don't know if it's the same one or not. I haven't checked that far, but when I got here, the cargo door was open. It is now currently closed, so we should be seeing that one lifting off into the stratosphere. And we do have another 747 parked right next to it. That's a UPS 747. They're both parked at UPS. And so we are looking forward to that as well. And then right next to this plane, you can see it kind of in the background there, is one of our treasured MD-11s that we love to see and bring you. So, lots of stuff to see, lots of stuff to bring you tonight. And we welcome you to Runway DFW. Our channel member Linda Kavinsky says hello all. Hello to you. Channel member and moderator FTHL Luke says beautiful. Channel member Mary Extraordinaire says hello and good night everyone. There's A-List Flyer Chris telling us, or talking to Wellington Flights Live. Okay. Kevin is here with us. Mick Larkin says, morning Walt, mods, and everyone. Thank you for being a member of the channel. Another member of the channel, Melbourne Flights Live, says hi all. Jane Welshie Lady, hello everyone. It's 2:25 a.m. in Barry Wells, UK. So we have A-List Flyer Chris also, another great moderator and member of the channel, Quadjet member. Good morning, afternoon, evening to everyone just now filing in. Ohio Ball says hello everyone. Josh Aldrich up there in Oklahoma City, another Runway DFW Quadjet channel member and a moderator, says the winds didn't die down. Yeah, turn down your subwoofers if you don't like that noise. Michael Wilson says hello everyone from upstate New York. So I'm trying to catch up to everybody. Dale Helton says hello Walt. He's another channel member. So the reason I came on a little early today was A, because I was ready, and B, because we do have a couple of flights coming in of note. One is Qantas Flight 7 from Sydney. Now I think this is going to be running pretty late. Yes. It was supposed to have come in before 3 o'clock this afternoon. Usually we see this plane going out. But no, not today. It's coming in late from Sydney. That'll be a 787 Dreamliner. And that'll be here in, it says here, 3 minutes. And then behind that is a Cargo Lux 747 coming in from Anchorage. be here in about, I'd say 4 or 5 minutes. So I've got a couple of heavies to start out our arrivals tonight. This tripod unbalanced. Let me switch to the other camera while I try to rectify this. Well, I should show you we have a new camera. It's a new smartphone which should be a little better color-wise and maybe definition-wise, and maybe it won't go blurry on us, I hope. And like with yesterday, we've parked this camera on top of a sign. No dumping drains to creek. Alright, so let me see if operationally I can make this all work. Of course, being in the truck bed of the Super Samu here, sometimes I bump into other stuff while I'm trying to do things, so bear with me tonight if you would. See how our exposure is here. Need to dial it up any. Probably a little bit. Okay. Wellington Flights Live. Hello, Kevin. He's a channel member, and he says, Runway DFW, yes, that smartphone camera is very sharp and clear. Wow. Yeah, this is, I'll brag a little bit. I bought this camera. It's one of those pay-as-you-go camera phones, which I got on sale around Black Friday from, can't even remember, I think it's from Walmart. No? I can't remember. Yeah, I think Walmart. Anyway, it was $99 for it's a Google Pixel 6a, and they have really good cameras in the Pixel phones. And although that's not the current model, I seem to think it's doing a good job. The camera we had been using was also a Pixel camera, but it was an earlier model. Scott Davis says hello, Walt from McKinney. Beach Life 828 says hello, Walt and friends. So I welcome you. If you're new to our channel, glad you're with us. And if you've just kind of stumbled across this channel, say, what's going on here? Well, we pretty much just look at planes taking off and landing here at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. And there's the Qantas plane, which I had lost track of. All right. Good day, mates. I'll try to do a little better spotting job with the 747, which is right behind it. Now there's some fire equipment there. I haven't heard anything which indicates that there's any kind of an emergency here this evening. And what have we here? This is I think that's a Martinair Cessna 208B Super Cargo Master. our first 20th century plane of the evening. One without jet engines, coming in from Tyler, Texas. It runs cargo back and forth across the state. The plane will be 33 years old next month. Now, as promised, got some 747 action going on right there with Khalid Air 74. Khalid Air Flight 751. This is going to Louisville to the UPS World Port. 1993. And that aircraft is celebrated its 30th birthday this year. Seven 400. But we will have to tear ourselves away from this aircraft to get another 747 coming in. The one arriving from Anchorage. Whoops, sorry, hit the wrong button. 1999. Okay, there we go. I didn't mean to age you prematurely there. Cargo Lux 747-400 coming in from Anchorage after a flight duration of 5 hours and 43 minutes. So there we go. We've had a whole bunch of aircraft that are hailing from the 20th century. So we've got cargo tonight. O'Malley says, yay, Queens. Why, there's another one. Kevin at Wellington Flights Live says, hey folks, I like the stream and have liked, but if you only like it at the very least, click on that like thumbs up. Well, thank you, Kevin. And be sure, I'm sure most of you are familiar with Kevin's channel, Wellington Flights Live, but if not, you're in for a treat, so I hope you'll check it out. Wellington Flights Live. He's live several times a week. from Wellington and other ports of call there in the South Pacific. Get some double 747 action for you here. One that's gotten loaded up, and one that is on its way out. We'll also be seeing a UPS 767 in the not too distant future here. It's going to be rolling out on a trip to Rockford Airport in the Chicago area.
Tower receiving envoy 3311, visual 185. Runway 18 right, clear to land, envoy 3311.
Well, there goes that Cargo Lux tail in the background there. So we're just making all sorts of twists and turns. Heath Shelton has been kind enough to gift 5 Tri-Jet memberships. Heath, I do appreciate that. Thank you. And there you see the names of the new members. Brian Henry, channel member, says, "Hi, Walt. 2 nights in a row. What a treat. Thank you for giving us another stream." Well, I'm kind of doing this because we're about to run into a stretch of bad weather here, so I wanted to make sure that I fulfilled my obligation to our viewers. We don't really have a good place to stream from that's weatherproof. So welcome to the new members of Runway DFW. Thanks to Heath Shelton. Now last night, I think the Kalitta Air did it? I'm trying to remember if it took off from the short T here on runway 18 left or not. I think somebody in the chat commented that it looked like it was light. Now, this one we don't know. It could well be on its way to the east side for a takeoff. We'll see. Well, I am about to thank our pal Kevin at Airline Videos, who has favored us with our first super chat of the day. If I get my mouse to work here. Come on, mouse. And there it is. A super chat of $20 from Kevin at Airline Videos. Happy holidays, Walt. Jealous of your 747 action tonight. Well, yeah, this is not something we see every day here, so it's good to bring it to you. You'll be seeing a there it is there, 767. That's the UPS plane going to Rockford Airport. And the Kalitta Air Behemoth is indeed on its way over to the east side of the airport. So I'm sure you are all familiar with Kevin of Airline Videos Live. And if you're not, well, go to Airline Videos and find out what all the hubbub is about. So what we'll do with this particular plane is we will try to follow it along as it goes out over on the east side, and at least we can follow it up in the air over there. 757 Chip has gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. Thank you, Chip. Chip is a quad jet member of this channel. And, wow. Let's see, have we haven't looked at our flight radar 24 yet, have we? Here's kind of the overview of what is going on here at DFW Airport. All of our planes that we can see are over on the left side of the screen if you split it vertically. And there's a couple planes lining up over on the east side for takeoff. So that will mean we'll have to wait a little bit to see the 747, the Kalitta Air 747 takeoff. This is the UPS plane that's going to Rockford Airport in the Chicagoland area. Welcome, Edward Richardson is our newest subscriber. And for you YouTube newbies out there, a reminder that a subscription here in YouTube is free. It doesn't cost you any money, unlike a subscription other places. So if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button if you would, and hope you'll give us a thumbs up. That does help all those things that YouTube takes into consideration when they recommend videos to other folks. That looks like an E-jet coming in from Little Rock, and American Eagle flight 3475, Little Rock, Arkansas. Little Rock, Arkansas, a 52-minute flight from there. Hear it. Where is it? There it is. That was a little bitty. What was that? Cessna 560 XL Citation XL. So that's the letters XL and then the word XL. It came in from Monterrey, Mexico. And that's a 21-year-old jet. See, how's that? Oh, we've got the 747 going out. Let's see if we can find it for you. I saw it. Oh, there it is. My lens was pointed in the wrong direction. Well, it's kind of far off because it's taking off from the east side of the airport, but that's the Kalitta Air 747 on its way to Worldport in Louisville. A bit small in the frame, I will confess. An emergency vehicle is going around the rim of the 18s here. We have another 747 coming in. There'll be Nippon Cargo Airlines arriving from Anchorage as well. There'll be a 747-800 model, 9-year-old. It'll be here in about 2 minutes. So yeah, I think this is officially 747 heaven tonight. I may be overstating it, but there I am bumping a tripod. This is a plane. It's an American Airlines plane coming in from Puerto Vallarta. And our viewing position to the north is a little bit obstructed because of where we've positioned ourselves so that we can get you the best views of the UPS yard right in front of us. do believe we have some more members joining. I can't look at the screen right now. There's the Turkish Dreamliner. Last night we saw that one go out over on this side, which was unusual. So maybe we'll see it again. Let me first thank the person who... getting lost with all these queens of the skies. So it is Steve Lundaby who has taken the decision to gift some more memberships. He knows how to do it because he does it a lot, and we thank him for that. Where is the announcement? As you can hear, it's a bit windy tonight. There it is. Okay. Steve, thank you for your gift of 10 Runway DFW memberships. Much appreciated to you. Gotta catch my breath here. And Steve Lundaby saying, talking to our pal A-List Flyer Chris, I enjoy doing this since I can't be there in person, but I hope to in the future, and we certainly hope that comes to pass. John M. says, windy, okay, sprinklers, not so much. We did last night run into sprinklers after we went off the air. It takes me probably the better part of an hour to pack things up. And after the broadcast ends, and the sprinklers did fire up very strongly as I was about 2/3 of the way through. It was about 11:30, 11:35, so I'm going to have to make sure that I clear this area before then. Nothing serious got wet. I think I packed up all the electronics and cameras and things. A few tripod legs got wet, as did my legs. That's the Turkish flight, of course. Here comes an American Airlines flight from Jacksonville, Florida. Tomorrow, here in the Northern Hemisphere, is the longest night of the year as the winter solstice approaches. Now we have some lights and sirens going on with this fire truck. Don't know what might be prompting that. All right, lots of activity happening here tonight. Next plane to arrive is American Flight 2024. It'll be an A321 emanating from Los Angeles. Say the winds seem to be picking up. The airport says they're coming out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour. I want to say it's more than that. Still packing up that that big plane over there. Well, in case you missed the beginning of the program, you are watching Runway DFW After Dark. Our plan is to be here till around about 11 o'clock, or give or take a little bit. And I hope you're enjoying yourself. It's December 20th, 2023. What is that doing there? Here we go. So, kind of laid back here tonight at Runway DFW. Couple of planes, they're getting ready to lift off. The United plane is going to San Francisco. That's an Airbus A319. And the American plane there on the left is Flight 348, is going to Santa Ana, California, 737-800. Here goes an American Airlines Airbus A319 to San Luis Potosí in Mexico. Flight 861. Didn't want to miss that 757 coming in from Laredo, Texas. Another 20th century plane to tick off your bingo box. Arriving from Orlando is Flight 552. Wait, you're about to see the flight from Orlando arriving in that shot. Plane taking off is going to Burbank, beautiful downtown Burbank, Flight 2597 American Airlines. That Turkish flight we saw earlier, it is on the radar, about ready to take off on the east side. Let's see if we can be a little more successful with this one. That poor United plane is just hanging out there, not even on the radar anymore. The Turkish plane is rolling down the runway. We should see the tail of the big Dreamliner go through your shot there. There it is. And it's got a long flight, so it should take a little while to lift off. Will we be close in this shot? Should be somewhere in there. There it is. Well, that's the best we can do for these east side departures. Off to Istanbul. Here is American Airlines Flight 2993, I believe it is. Taking off for Salt Lake City, Utah. An Airbus A321. It's off to Salt Lake. Here comes an E-Jet in from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Flight 3781, American Eagle. Chuck, Topo Chico Tolsma says good evening to us. Hello, Chuck. He is a channel member, as you can see by that indication. Marco Hinton says, will DFW ever get any passenger flights to and from Thailand? I think somebody in the chat last night was saying that American has a plan afoot to launch service betwixt here and Bangkok next year. So I think the answer is yes. Here goes an Airbus A300. It's going to what? Louisville? What? So A300 going out there in the foreground, and there's that 757, which we saw landing a little bit earlier. This A300 celebrating its 23rd anniversary this month. Born at the dawn of the 21st century. A-B comparison for you. .757 gets tucked away in its berth. And our next arrival is from Miami. And we documented the arrival of Flight 2115 from the sun and fun capital of the world. to this United plane here. It's on the radar again. It fell off for a while. It's going to San Francisco, but apparently it had some things to address before it could either take off or get a slot to take off. I guess it's always possible that they have to wait their turn to get in line to go to San Francisco if it's congested, and so that there'll be a place for it to land when it gets there. John M. gets what I'm saying when I say the Sun and Fun capital. That was the line that Jackie Gleason used to open his show. The words spoken by the great announcer Johnny Olson, who's probably better known to later audiences as the original voice of the new Price is Right. So we have landing there from an American Eagle flight coming in from Mobile, Alabama, and the flight going out there was headed off to Corpus Christi, Texas. Sebastian Minigamer says, hello everyone. John M. is speculating that United needs the flight plan downloaded again. That's another possibility with that particular plane. Internet God 67 is reporting some buffering. I'm not seeing that on my end. But do let me know if that's an issue for you, and we'll, I don't know, not a lot we can do with it except kind of ride it out. Mark Pell with the observation that UPS pilots almost taxi as fast as Southwest. Well, you know, they got places to go. Here's the landscape at the airport right now, according to Flight Radar 24. We're where that white circle is there on the upper left-hand corner of your screen. That's where we're located, so just as a point of reference. There's a little bigger picture. What we've got coming in is from Lafayette, Louisiana, American Eagle Flight 6360, a CRJ 701ER. Shall we look at that? There's the blurry Founders Plaza monument. Headed out to El Paso, Texas, is this American Airlines 737-800. Flight 1092. I didn't leave myself much room in Super Samu tonight. I was supposed to have given or transferred this bicycle. I don't know if you can see it here. It's a bicycle to my grandson, but I forgot to give it to his mom. It's usually at my house, so. My square footage is subtracted by a couple of inches tonight. Another regional jet arrives. This one from Gulfport, Mississippi, CRJ 901ER. American Eagle 5566 is the flight number. Sebastian Minigamer says, what's the next event you might go to? You mean apart from here at DFW Airport? I don't know. Regrettably, I don't get to travel a lot because I've got a full-time job and other obligations nearby. So I haven't made the plans yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to Cranky Dork Fest next September in Los Angeles. That was a lot of fun. Met a lot of great folks. But aside from that, I don't know. I would like to. I'd like to go back to Austin. Things are really ramping up there in Austin, that's for sure. Welcome to Dhruv Chopra, who has just become a member of the channel. Thank you. Another American Eagle arrival, this one from Birmingham, Alabama, an Embraer 175. Have they finished loading this thing up yet? No, I don't think they have. As evidenced by those giant containers that are now lifting up. 413 Lake Life says, good evening, folks. CJ Cotta says, thanks for the stream, Walt. Enjoying it on my big screen at home. That's how I like to watch my fellow streamers. I'm going to swing around real quick for this. Those are 777 arriving from Phoenix, Arizona. American Flight 1679. An hour and 46-minute flight. Yeah, Brian, sorry, I didn't see your message in time, so. So as you can see, we have arrivals and departures coming in simultaneously here on runway 18 right and left. And we have a third runway as well, runway 13 right, which I haven't really, we can't see it from here. And by the way, that was American flight 2960 off to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay. Which is, coincidentally, I believe, the same destination as this United plane is going to. So this is the plane that's been waiting on at the top of runway 18 left for what seems like, I don't know, 45 minutes or 30, at least 30 minutes. It's an Airbus A319 and it's now gotten the clearance to take off. I have one question for one of our viewers. What is the status of brownies? I think I know the answer. And Robin M says, yes, United finally out of the penalty box. And talking again about the passengers on that United flight, Smoke and Slice Barbecue LLC channel member says, I'd hate to be a passenger stuck on the runway waiting to take off that long. Well, at least it's only about, what, a 2.5 hour flight? Because we've seen some international flights that have been well, I think the bigger problem seems to be sometimes waiting for a gate if an international flight arrives early or late or outside of its normal parameters. Is the Sydney flight going back already? That was a very quick turnaround. Now, as we saw earlier when this Qantas flight came in, it arrived very late, hours, a matter of hours late. But they have refueled and repassengered that plane to try to attempt to get back on schedule. So this flight is the Qantas flight behind the American plane, the Dreamliner, had been scheduled to take off at 9:15, so it's just running 15 minutes behind its regular schedule on the way back down under. John M., channel members, wishing everyone a happy winter solstice tomorrow at 10:27 p.m. Eastern Time here in the U.S. And as we mentioned earlier, that is the...
It's quite the setup you have here.
Thank you. That is the shortest day of the year and the longest night of the year. So here we are on the second longest night of the year in terms of darkness. At a plane there, which is going to make one of the longest flights that we currently have from this airport. I have something to confess to you, the Runway DFW viewer. I did not dress warmly enough for tonight. Do I see a heritage livery behind there? I think I do. Get a look at that after we take a look at this taking off. But yeah, I had my my official runway, my newly laundered Runway DFW hoodie, my Runway DFW packable jacket, which is kind of like a windbreaker, and I had a sweatshirt all right there, ready to grab as I left the house this morning, and I forgot to put them in the truck. But I'm doing okay. I've got a t-shirt, a long sleeve button-down shirt, and a hoodie and a hat, so I think I'll be okay. And we wish the passengers and crew a very pleasant trip down under. We welcome to our new subscriber whose name passed by in the night there. Here comes a UPS 767, flight 761. And this is going to Ontario, California. Yet another 21st century aircraft. We salute you here on Runway DFW. We're going to pull out to see American Airlines Flight 2403 coming in from Atlanta. Normally see Atlanta flights arriving on this side of the airport. They usually come in on the east side, but it's being Airbus A321. And just just a second, I'll try to check out that Heritage livery. Looked like it was either, is it Piedmont? I couldn't tell. Or did it go already? Yeah, I think it may have escaped us. Sorry about that. There's more of that fast taxiing. Hey, let's fly. Chris says it was Allegheny. Okay. Well, sorry again. So as you can see there in that picture, and if we zoom into Flight Radar 24, you can see all the movement of those planes here at the top end of runway 18 left. Melee Guy says hello. We say hello back. Sebastian Minigamer says, my friend flew to Dublin this Monday from DFW, and he said that he got no sleep because there were 3 babies crying. Well, you know, what are you going to do? Babies got to fly, and babies are going to cry. And if for some reason you don't have the wherewithal to get yourself some nice noise-canceling headphones, you can at least get some earplugs. They're practically free. So that would be my recommendation. Off to Ontario goes this vintage aircraft. And so as we saw last night, I don't know if you can see it in the picture behind me here. Yes, you can. You see sprinklers going off. Now, if they go off in the same pattern as last night, we should be in okay shape as long as we're off the air by about 11. But I have to be alert just in case, because right in front of us is some grass where the sprinkler heads come up, and they're a little bit indiscriminate, I must say. American Eagle flight arriving from Houston Hobby Airport here in Texas. CRJ 701ER. looks like we've finished packing up this big 747. So I'd say certainly within the next 30 minutes we should see this one on the move. A-List Flyer Chris explains to us what happened with that Qantas flight. He says that aircraft was already on the premises, so they swapped the craft for Melbourne and Sydney, because we do have Qantas flights that go to Melbourne but not daily. So okay, that makes sense. Thank you for that explanation, A-List Flyer Chris.
Is that a 47?
That's a 747, yes. Yeah, it'll be rolling out here probably in the next 15 or 20 minutes, if not sooner.
I've flown on before. You won't be able to lot better than that.
You're welcome. A question from the audience here, so. Mike Washka says, good evening, Walt, and I say good evening to you, Mike. Thank you for being here with us this evening. John M. says, you know, Jerry of Big Jet TV would be very proud of Super Samu. Well, you know, he's got a much bigger vehicle than this, and its only purpose is to provide a platform for him to do his broadcasts, whereas here this truck has many purposes. Its primary purpose is to go on hay runs for Rain and Troy, our horses. So at least once a week I drive it down to the feed store and load it up, and I'm standing where there are often 6 or 7 bales of hay and alfalfa and such. CF says, interesting about the irrigation. We're on a 2-day-a-week maximum. Hope somebody sets the schedule correctly. Well, you know, they may be getting their water from wells that, you know, are airport wells, so that's a possibility. And they have had some problems with, you know, we've had quite a bit of, well, I don't know if we're still technically in a drought here or not, but we have been for much of this year. And one reason we have this fence, which has been much commented on here at Founders Plaza, is because the soil got very, very dry and got cracks in it. And so I'm sure that one of the reasons that they irrigate is to try to keep the soil from cracking any more than it is. American Flight 577 is off to Denver at 737-800. You'll see it here in your picture shortly, I think. Well, guess it wasn't going to roll, so we'll move our camera over a smidge. I don't know why, but smidge, for some reason it conjured up the word spiffy. I don't know why, because they don't really have much to do with one another, but that was a word my Ukrainian grandmother used to use, as I remember, spiffy. She had a very thick accent. She spoke Ukrainian, and and English. But I remember when we would get all dressed up for some reason as kids, she would say we looked spiffy. Not a word you hear very much anymore, but we're bringing it back here on Runway DFW. As we welcome another subscriber, GT Taylor. Our first Frontier flight of the evening is about to arrive. And as you can see, the marker lights are flashing on the 747 there. So it won't be too long before we see that. The Frontier flight we will be seeing landing is Flight 1962 from Las Vegas, an Airbus A320neo. This is a 747-8. It is just 2 years old. Yeah, that is the west tower of DFW, west control tower there, just at the tip of its tail. So maybe we won't see that Frontier flight landing after all. This makes me glad I have a wide-angle lens on one of my cameras. Looks like it's got a smile. Not sure what to make of this, but I'm going to put it up for you here. From Robert Smith. What did the misbehaving soccer announcer get for Christmas from Santa? Coal! Okay. We make no judgments here at Runway DFW. As Luke welcomes the Smiling Queen. I think we lost the smile. It was just kind of a trick of light there for a second from the tug, I guess. I'm not sure what Flight Radar 24 is trying to tell us with this color scheme here. Are we due for some weather? I don't know. We say hello to Yin Cathay Spotter. Hello, Yin Cathay Spotter. Jay Cagney likes the shot. Thank you. John M. Calling upon the DFW replacement singers to sing 747. You know, I had thought about how it would be possible to do that by some clever editing of the singing that I do have recorded here. I don't know if I can. I'm not sure if I could make that work or not. So again, it's one of those things I've thought about, but I haven't sat down at a computer to say, yeah, I can do that, or try to do that. Martha Purdue says, I absolutely love the close-up shot. So why did I switch to the wide shot there? Okay, well, there you go. Let's see. It has been detached from, this plane has been detached from the tug. So the flight deck just making, oh, there it goes. It is off to the World Port in Louisville. So the $64,000 question is, will this plane take off over here on this side of the airport or not? We certainly hope so. And once again, I'm very grateful for these Sony cameras that we have, as you can clearly see what's on the side of those planes, or this plane. I cannot see it with my eyes, and I got new glasses today, and I still look over there and it's just a blob. So these here cameras are quite the thing. Based on the trajectory of this taxiing 747, I think we're going to see this take off from 18 left in front of us. I do believe we are in for a 4-engine turn and burn on Runway DFW. let's see here. It's entirely possible that we'll see this plane coming out in the near future, this tri-jet. Patty Larkin tuning in from Ireland, the Emerald Isle. Thank you, Patty. Terry Moffat says, Walter, the radio towers in the background to your southeast, the Cedar Hill Towers. And yes, I'll put them on the screen here for your perusal. Those are broadcasting towers in Cedar Hill, Texas, which is about 24 miles from us here at DFW Airport. They look like you could reach right out and touch them, though. Here's the big picture on Flight Radar 24. It looks like something is coming across us here, but it's cloudy. It is overcast here, but I don't see any rain currently. David C. Robinson says, that's an antenna farm. Yeah, although those antennas are they are spaced out from one another. And FTHL Luke says, lots of 1,000-foot tall towers in that tower farm out yonder. So that's a little description of that. We don't have much in the way going on right in front of us right now, as far as planes taking off and landing, that is. Can't tell. Do you see anybody with a big screen TV? See anybody in? Oh yeah, I see somebody in the cockpit there of this MD-11. From the angle we're at, it's hard to tell if that vehicle in front of it is near. I can't really tell. We welcome Martin Mayfield as our newest member. Thank you, Martin, for joining up with Runway DFW. Hey, let's fly Chris. We're doing tower talk now. Says Luke, I think several 10-ish years ago, one of them toppled over. And that is not accurate. One of them, and this was probably more like 20 years ago. Probably the early 2000s, maybe in the late 1900s. I remember when it happened. In fact, it happened at the TV station that I worked for, Channel 8 here in Dallas. It was a Navy jet nicked the top of the tower and did some damage to it. The jet, I believe, landed safely, but it did It did result in us having to go on low power, I think, for a while repairs were made, and I think the Pentagon had to write a big check to WFAA. This aircraft going to RFD, the Rockford Airport in the Chicago vicinity. Kind of firing up as gets pushed back.
$19.96.
Yet another 20th century plane, and of course a plane we won't get a chance to see too terribly much of in the coming years. There's Carla's longer beam. Our channel member says Trijet MD-11. Yes, indeedy. Angry puppy on the move, says Josh. Still got the headphones plugged in there. And this plane's about to be eclipsed by another UPS jet. The 757 making a run to Louisville. Here it comes as we salute it.
1995.
Kimmy 127 channel member says loved flying the Northwest MD-10s back in the late 80s. Well, I guess I must have missed this one. FTHL Luke says on October 12, 1996, a 1,500-foot tower collapsed at Cedar Hill after a maintenance mishap by a tower crew jumping a gin pool at the top of the tower in preparation to replace an antenna. KXTX KXTX tower. I believe that's channel 21 here in North Texas. Sorry about that. Trying to get you a shot of this 757 as it looks like it's about to make a turn and burn here. Again, this is going to Louisville. Now the star of the show. You see backing out there a 767. That'll be off to Louisville Worldport.
1999.
All right, well, if you have the trading card for this plane, it is also dating back to the 20th century. It'll be 25 years old next month. That was a nice little sequence. That Frontier plane going to Phoenix, an Airbus A320neo with Marshall, the ring-tailed, I want to say, I don't know, the ring-tailed cat. Okay. And there's a Spirit plane over yonder. Yellowbird going to Las Vegas, an Airbus A321, flight 2701. Powder Puff says, just subscribed. Love the channel. Thank you, Powder Puff. Well, they're really clearing the decks over at Mini Worldport next to us here. I think there's this and one other plane. I think that's all that's left. Was it a minute ago I mentioned trading cards? Has anybody ever thought of having aviation trading cards, like commercial plane trading cards? That would be crazy. Arriving flight from Las Vegas there. You saw the underbelly of. Where'd everybody go? FTHL, Luke says, I see ABX is lit up on the radar again tonight. Trying to play with our emotions again. 2 nights in a row. Ugh. Yeah, the ABX flight is, do I say, yeah, it's still on the radar. It's operating, I don't know if it's operating for DHL or with DHL, whatever, but you see it there kind of grayed out on the left side of your screen, listed as that. And when is it supposed to go out? I don't know. It's an E-jet coming in from Wichita, Kansas, number 170. Not the 175 model we see so many of here. Flight 3686 from Wichita.
Runway 3686 at with Kilo, crossway 18 left. Another ground point 85.
Another regional jet is making its final approach now. It's going to be American Eagle Flight 3869 from Fort Walton. What is it called? Fort Walton something. Destin Fort Walton Beach, Florida. So let's see what we can do here. Push that button, and I know you don't see anything right now. Let's see if I can swing over. There's a flight coming in on the east side, way in the background there. Here comes the Florida flight. We hear some bells. That indicates a $20 super chat from Skittles. Hello, Walt. Thanks for the awesome coverage. Times 2 nights in a row. Fantastic. Thank you, Skittles. Again, as we explained earlier in the broadcast, we're due for some rain coming in over the next few days. So I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to broadcast as much as we'd like to. So therefore, thought we could try to load it up here with some double barrel Runway DFW action here after dark. Did we ever do? Oh, we didn't do a 10 o'clock after dark, did we? You know, when we go on and we put on some nighttime music. What was this? Oh yeah. You're watching Runway DFW After Dark. Walt here at DFW International Airport in Dallas, Fort Worth, coming to you from the friendly confines of DFW Founders Plaza, which you can see behind me when I press this button. There you go. Lots of parking to be had. It's not too very busy tonight. Most of the people who are here are sitting in their cars watching the planes go by, which I don't blame them. It's gotten a little chilly here. It's still 60 degrees. It's not really that bad, especially for a late December evening in North Texas.
I don't know what you're doing, but it looks cool.
Well, we're doing a live stream on YouTube right now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Runway DFW.
Yeah. Can dial it up right now. We'll be here for another, I don't know, a few minutes. Sometimes we get new viewers just by cruising by. It runs a little behind when you watch on YouTube. It's about maybe 20 seconds behind.
How long have you been doing this?
Since the end of 2002.
Wow. Oh, no kidding.
So we're on 2 or 3 times a week usually.
I see myself.
Yeah, but there's a delay involved, so
Where's your other camera?
it's up there on the post there.
Very cool.
So look at us making friends here at the big airport. I see that our pal Mr. James Webb has favored us with a super chat, and it is not insubstantial. A $200, I rounded off, super chat from James Webb. Thanks for the back-to-back streams, Walt. James Webb, thank you so much for your support of this channel. Unparalleled support. I want to thank you for that. Well, here we go with American Eagle Flight 9860, is that right? Coming in from Springfield. It's an Embraer 175. Did I say American Eagle? If I didn't, I meant to, as you can clearly see. Came to a stop very snappily, or spiffily, as my grandma might have said.
Yeah, sorry, we're going over to Bravo.
Hey, we've got a Qatar Airways cargo flight coming in. So have you had your fill of cargo? Not quite yet. This will be a 777 arriving from Atlanta. Let's see if we can dial that in. And thanks again for that very nice super chat, James. So I believe the 777 is behind this tree here. Sure is taking its time. Let me take a look at what's coming up here as far as what we can expect to see. We can do that together here. So we'll call it up on the old Flight Radar 24.
Contact ground 1.85, I believe where you need to go in. There's one that's pushed out. Out here in this road. All right, ground 1.85.
Well, I'm looking through the arrivals here. And through the top of the hour, and I'm not seeing anything that looks too terribly interesting. Here are the departures that are scheduled over the next few minutes. And I think American usually has... Oh, wait a minute. That 747 Cargo Lux we saw coming in earlier, looks like it's going to go out to Luxembourg at 11 o'clock, it says here. So, And then just before that, American Flight 35 off to Auckland. That's a dilemma. We don't really have much going on before that, though. And that's about 20 minutes away. John M. says the date on my computer, which is actually an iPad, says Tuesday, January 9th. Why would that be? But you're right, it does have the wrong date on it. Right up there on the top of the screen. I'll have to check that. I'm pretty sure I've never turned any of my computers on manual date. Well, another American Eagle jet of the E variety. That one going to Brownsville, Texas. Number 175. Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, you are live on YouTube?
Live on YouTube right now.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's called Runway DFW.
You are from the DFW official page or what?
It's not official.
Your own channel?
It's my own channel, yes.
Runway DFW. You say what? The channel name?
Runway DFW. Oh, we're getting in-person viewers today.
371 are watching right now.
Really? What does it say? Yeah.
Capture the 771?
Pardon?
Did you capture the 771, the car one?
The 777 Qatar?
Yeah, the car one.
Yeah. So these gentlemen are all looking us up here. Pardon?
We all are pilots.
Oh, you're all pilots. Oh, well. Well, you can watch our channel and see pilots doing good things and bad things, I guess.
Yeah,
mostly good things.
We often ask for, like, you know, at the evening time just to come and watch.
Yeah.
You got a nice setup, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Some very good camera.
Well, there's American Flight 2743. It's off to Los Angeles. It's an Airbus A321. Yeah, things slow down here around this time of night. But I would like to see that cargo lux take off. And a little bonus would be the American flight to Auckland, which that was running a little late last night, and we signed off before it took off.
DFW Tower Delta 568, visual runway 18 right. Delta 568 is down, 20 right to land, wind 15013. Clear to land, runway 18 right, Delta.
You know what we're about to see? Remember we talked about that ABX flight that's operating on behalf of DHL? Well, there it is. This is destination Cincinnati on this one. Flight 102. Doesn't say anything about DHL here, but I think that's typically where this goes. Oh, the volume turned down there. Let's give it come on, singers. Pipe up.
1991.
All right. So anyway, typically this plane gets dispatched over to the east side for its run to Cincinnati. Von 89, or is it Von A 89 is our newest subscriber, and I thank you for that. Imad Nahatin says, nice nighttime viewing. Thank you. Got a Delta Airbus A320 coming in from Los Angeles. We'll be seeing that in just a minute, and this Delta plane that's coming in from the City of Angels just happens to be the same age as this plane you're looking at here. Let's see if we can get a nice look at this 20th century Delta plane. There you go. Now, what happened to our ABX? Did I lose it? No. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Is it making a sharp right turn as if to take off? I believe it is. Let's see what happens. So this is unusual, at least from our perspective. It's a flight which normally goes over to the east side for taking off, so, but not tonight. Off to what we believe to be Cincinnati. Brian Henry says, Walt, do I see the retro American Airlines 737 down there on the pad? I've not spied it, although obviously I'm looking at things through a very tiny viewfinder. We do all of a sudden have an assortment of planes getting ready to take off here. Three regional jets and two regular size ones. Guy Bowen says, hey folks, gotta go. So Guy, thank you for spending some of your evening with us. So that is a look to the east of us here. That's the East Control Tower. Terminal B on our side here. And an E-jet headed out. Bit of a computer problem there for a second. We have a propeller plane about to come on in. That was a Ameriflight, a Beech C-99 cargo plane coming in from San Antonio, Texas. And I believe this will take the cake as the oldest plane that we'll see tonight, or at least the oldest one we've been able to identify.
1983.
That plane, as of next month, will be 41 years old. And I often like to think, what kind of stories could a plane like that tell us if it could speak? All right, well, our waiting is about to pay off, I think, because the Cargolux plane that's going to Luxembourg has lit up on the radar. Not seen here, but we will, I think, see it soon. It is moving now. It is being pushed back, the Cargolux. So we're going to focus on that and the, let's see if the American plane that's going to, okay, we got a couple here. We got Qantas Flight 22 is pushing back, going to Melbourne. That's the one that A-list flyer Chris informed us was swapped out for the late arriving Qantas flight from Sydney. So the Sydney flight arrived late, but so they changed planes because the Melbourne plane was already here. So the Melbourne plane is going back to Sydney, and now the Sydney plane has been turned around and it will be utilized for the Sydney run. Does that make sense? I've confused myself. FTHL Luke says, shut the front door, Walt. Another queen? Whoa, what a night. Yeah, we came on a good night. Now, I'm just hoping that the sprinklers will hold off until we can get on out of here. Looking down at Terminal D here, I don't see the Qantas flight quite yet. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Oh, okay. There's the Spirit of Australia headed our way. It's a 7879 Dreamliner going to Melbourne. This is not a daily flight here. think it's thrice a week, I might say. So I think our plan, I got our plan hatched. We're gonna watch this go off and see if we can bring you the 747 Cargo Lux off to Luxembourg, and then we'll be done for the evening for our second half of our two-night, what for us is a marathon. I know you watch some of these other channels, and they really have marathons that go long. Us, not so much. Here comes a A300, which is trucking on down. So that's only going to leave us with this one 757. I think that's all that's going to be left here after this one goes out. This plane going to Louisville, the UPS World Fort. Most of the UPS A300s I've seen have been 20th century models, and this one just makes the cut there, dating back to the year 2001. So this 757 all by its lonesome. But don't worry, in the middle of the night, this place will be humming with arrivals. And you know what? I'll dip away from this for just a second, because I do believe the Cargo Lux Queen is now on the way. So, hurrah. Now, because the destination is Luxembourg to the east, it could be going out to the over to the east side of DFW for takeoff, but we'll keep our fingers crossed about that. We thank you, Roger Ho, for being a new subscriber to Runway DFW. Thank you for that vote of support. It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your airplanes are? They're right here on Runway DFW. So this plane does appear to be, well, I can't say for sure. It's kind of lined up to go over the bridge to the east side. But what do I know? The Qantas flight to Melbourne looks as though it's either number 2 or 3 to take off. We thank Matthew Dukes for a subscription to Runway DFW. Wow, we've got now over 500 likes on this particular broadcast. Makes it all worth it. Let's see if we can find that Spirit of Australia over here. There she is, and there's the A300 getting ready to lift off. Now we'll have a nice flourish for our finale here. Wheels up to Louisville. Cargo Lux on the move. Ooh. I do declare we're going to have a takeoff here. Intersection takeoff says fly Guyify. Fly Guyify. Fly Guyify. Okay.
14 is Jackery Zulu, crossway 18 left, crossway 18 right, next over.
Couple of long and heavy takeoffs. I believe the Melbourne flight for Qantas is a little bit more distant than the Sydney flight. So, okay, I'm officially out of breath now. Well, there you have it. I think I better not get too cocky here and just sign off before the sprinklers light up. Breathe, Walt, says Mrs. Runway DFW. Thank you, I will. All right, let me get these cameras positioned for our final shots. Hey, I would like to thank you all for tuning in on this Wednesday evening here in the Central Time Zone. And you know what this music means. Well, it doesn't really have any meaning, but in this case it means we're going to say goodnight to everybody. Now, before we go, I would like very much, first of all, to apologize to all our members because I had such a quick turnaround and a busy day today. I didn't get a chance to make our daily or our membership crawl, so I apologize for that. We'll have a brand new spanking new one for you next time. But thank you to all of our members. Thank you also to James Webb. You saw him earlier in the stream. He's been a gigantic supporter of our little broadcast, and we thank James for everything, and of course for his super chat today. Also, we got a super chat from Airline Videos Live from Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for letting us use your batteries, and we'll take good care of them until your next visit. And the Runway DFW Moderation Federation out in force this evening, making sure that you had a very pleasant experience with your chats. Had more than 500 likes tonight and 2 thumbs down, so that's not too bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so that's it then. We'll see you next time. It's Walt here saying happy contrails to you until we meet again.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
hope you liked it. Too late to change it now.